Hello everybody and welcome back to the Criterion Corner, and today I'm going to be reviewing the latest release from the Criterion collection. It is the Grand Budapest Hotel. Is it worth your money? Should you pick it up? Let's get into it. Hello everyone, I'm the filmmaker and of course I love movies, and welcome back to the Criterion Corner, where today I'm going to be reviewing, like I said in the intro, the Grand Budapest Hotel. Now just before I get into the review, I know this is kind of the thing now, as soon as I start up the video, I always have to say a bit of a side note, and they are warranted because today's classic side note is, right, this is not the UK release of the Grand Budapest Hotel. Because if some American people are watching, they're probably going to be thinking, why am I saying this is a new Criterion release? Well, it just got released here in the UK and Region B today. And I actually already owned the Grand Budapest Hotel in Region A. I imported it before I knew that we were getting it here in the UK and Region B. And so this, as far as I'm concerned, as far as I'm aware, this is identical to the UK release, except for there's no age rating around the back here. Apart from that, the release is identical. Just thought I'd get that out of the way. It's quite convenient for me because I already own the film, so I can kind of get through a lot more of the supplements, which I have done. I haven't watched all of them because I've actually been busy the day that I've been trying to do this. I hope more films that aren't yet available in Criterion Collection UK do come over to the UK, and I already own them because that makes my job a lot easier. I don't have to go out and buy the film, and hopefully that buys me a little more time to really dig into the supplements and the essays. So the Grand Budapest Hotel, this is probably the most well-known film I've actually reviewed in the Criterion Corner so far. We've had, The Ascent, Investigation of Citizen Above Suspicion. We had the Netflix film, the Scorsese documentary. I mean, this is definitely the most mainstream film here because Criterion, very diverse, and Wes Anderson, almost all of his films are in the collection except for Isle of Dogs. And yeah, in fact, I almost own all of them in the collection except for the Darjeeling Limited, which is actually getting its UK release next month, I think, or maybe it's in April. It's coming soon anyway, and I'll definitely be doing a Criterion Con episode on that film as well. And of course, it is spy number 1025. So, what do I think of the Grand Budapest Hotel? Well, it was the third time I watched it today, and it is delightful as ever. Of course, it's Wes Anderson at his finest. It's, his style, we all know it, we all love it. And it's definitely the best. It's the most refined, it's the most well done in this film. The film just looks beautiful. I mean, it was lovely watching it on Criterion Blu-ray. And yeah, I really do enjoy this film. I love the performances. The cast is excellent. Of course, Wes Anderson's films always have a great cast, and this one is no exception. Of course, you've got Ralph Fiennes starring in the main role, and Ralph Fiennes is probably one of my favourite actors ever. He's really great in this film. He's really funny in it. He plays a really great role, and it is a very funny film, actually. Unfortunately, not all the jokes do hold up upon rewatch. Like, as I said, I've seen it 3 times now. So the jokes don't hold up, and the main thing is the story, the engagement. That doesn't hold up either because it's not long. It's only 100 minutes, but still. I mean, when I first watched it, I thought this was brilliant. I was so invested. I was so, laughing out loud at all the jokes. Now, it's starting to wear on me, unfortunately. That's not to say I don't have a great time watching this film, because on the contrary, I do. If you haven't seen the film, you're on the fence about it, I'd recommend it. It's about a 4.1, 4.2 out of 5. It is really good. Yeah, I don't have too much to say about the Grand Budapest Hotel. I know loads of people love it. I don't know of anyone that hates the film, and I wouldn't understand why, but I want to really get into the nitty-gritty of this because I'm going to be doing a section of the packaging. So let's get into the packaging, because when we have a digibook style Criterion, I always make a new segment of the video, because usually it's just review the film, review the essay, review the supplements, but I'm also going to be taking a look at the packaging of the film, how Criterion have displayed it, and it's magnificent. It really is. Let's just get in so I can see what I'm doing here. Here it is. Here's what it looks like. Of course, this is newly commissioned artwork for the film. And turn it around. We'll open it up. And when you open it up, you've got Ralph Fiennes' character. It's more pink. This is just perfect for the film. And then you get all these goodies in here, as you can see, which, you know, is a really lovely disc. The artwork in here. So this is like this essay, and you also get a bit of a poster, which I'll show now. Yeah, this is like a poster you get with it. I won't be hanging this on my wall, but if you love the film, it's a poster of the newly commissioned artwork. So here it is. So that's kind of like a bigger version of the kind of slip thing you get here. A bigger version of that. And then you get the opposite side. Okay. Here. So if you really like this artwork and you really like going to Budapest Hotel, maybe you want to get this framed or something, I don't know. I won't be doing so, but it's a really nice touch. And then let's move on to the supplements, because this might just be one of the best essay booklets Criterion have put out. I'm going to say it. Here it is. And of course, at the top here, we've got Boy with Apple. And if you've seen the film, you know what I'm talking about. The whole film kind of surrounds about, this is kind of the MacGuffin of the film. But it's not an annoying MacGuffin hunt thing. It's just, this is this entire item it's surrounded by. And then in the middle here, you get another thing. It is Romantic Poetry Volume 1, which is mentioned in the film. Ralph Fiennes' character is kind of into that. And then it folds out and you get loads of, like, a Criterion. You just gotta love them, especially when they go out all out like this. And it's kind of, because the film, this features loads of different newspapers and notes to people and diary and stuff like that. And Wes Anderson's films, there's a lot of that kind of, you know, in Moonrise Kingdom, they communicate through writing letters to each other. And so here you can read them all, actually. So, you know, there's a really funny bit here. Will there be war? And then there is, just loads of different things. Of course, Boy with Apple. Got to be careful here. Tilda Swinton's character, she dies. Not a spoiler. That's kind of what sets off everything. That's what sets off the whole film. I haven't read these, but if you're interested, hopefully my head didn't go at the frame there, but yeah, if you're interested, definitely go through this. Criterion doesn't have to do this, but they're awesome. They do it. And like I mentioned earlier, I think this is one of the best essay booklets Criterion has put out. And we'll open it up here, and it's just because how first of all, what we get, the writings in it is really good, but it just feels nice. They use a really nice paper here. It's a nice font. In fact, I think it's the same font they use in the film for the titles, the credits, and yeah, it's just really nice to feel, and I was having a nice time reading it. And it talks about the inspirations of the film, and you even get extracts from the book that it was inspired from. The book is called The World of Yesterday, and it mentions all sorts of, you know, old Hollywood things. It mentions Lubitsch. It mentions all these, because it mentions all the things that have inspired the Grand Budapest Hotel. It's definitely put a lot more films on my list as well, so it is a very good read, and yeah, I'd recommend this. It's really nice. As usual, the actual special features you can watch are brilliant in this. You get kind of like one where it's called something like go into the Grand Budapest Hotel, and there's one about the special effects and the miniatures they had to create. It's just the craftsmanship of the film is incredible, really, and you appreciate it so much more when you watch the special features and you realize what it took. You know, they went location scouting all around Europe, collecting, you know, they put so much work into these films, and I really love watching the special features. There's a quick 20-minute mini documentary thing of, you know, the making of the Grand Budapest Hotel. All the good stuff that you would normally expect. Loads of featurettes, a commentary by Wes Anderson, and the writer. And I think Jeff Goldblum's had features in that commentary as well. But no, you're going to have a great time with the special features. I can't really fault them on this. I still might think that the Ascent, those special features in that Criterion release were really good. That was last week's episode. If you want to watch that, go here. So yeah, this feels like I've kind of rushed this, but I don't have a whole lot to say about the film. Hopefully it still feels like a proper Criterion Corner episode. But no, thank you all so much for watching. You know, if you're a big Wes Anderson fan, this, you need to get this. This is just, you must own this because it's just so good. Criterion have just done a brilliant job of packaging this film up and bringing it out, releasing it. I know it feels like I'm singing Criterion praises 24 hours a day, but they do very little wrong, in my opinion. That's why I've started this up. That's why I have a massive collection. This is, you know, I love it. I love films. I love cinema. So, and they help channel my love. You know, they release films that I'd never have heard of. They release some of my favourite films in the best quality possible, in the best packaging possible. The Essential Fellini box set, the Bergman box set. And to clarify, Bergman isn't one of my favourite filmmakers yet. I still have to really dig into that box set because there's almost 40 films in there. Sorry, that was a little ramble there. I didn't plan to say all that, but yeah, no, thank you all so much for watching if you're still watching, and I'll see you again in the next video. Bye.